The moment Mr. Van asks about something we've been hearing in multiple places now, that strange internal DOJ directive instructing FBI agents to report back each week with 5 bullet points of what they did. This comes from an administration that has installed highly politicized figures into DOJ, paired with a newly aggressive approach toward internal control. So Congress is right to ask where this came from, why it was sent, and who requested it. And suddenly, Pam Bondi, a person who prides herself on messaging discipline, breaks, not slightly, but shockingly. She says, "I didn't realize it went to the FBI."
Just a question of curiosity that I have. Director Patel was here a couple of weeks ago, and we talked about the emails that went to the FBI agents, meaning, please tell us what you did at the end of the week. Give us 5 reasons why you did. At first, Director Patel said that that didn't exist. Then he specifically said, well, that came from the Department of Justice to the FBI agents. And his words, I told them not to fulfill that obligation. How do you manage that if you give a directive to your director of FBI and he chooses not to fulfill that? And where did that information go? So when someone from the FBI, an agent, fulfilled that obligation of giving you the information of what they were working on, where did that data go and how is it secured?
Yeah, and Congressman, I'd be happy to see who answered that, but I asked, when I learned about it, I asked that it be withdrawn, and it was, that email.
When you learned about the email going to the FBI agents, you asked them to withdraw it. Who did you ask to have it withdrawn?
My entire office, and it was.
So it is unknown who sent that email?
Well, it came from my office, but when I learned it went to the FBI, we asked that it be withdrawn.
Where is the gap of my understanding? If it came from your office, you're telling me you didn't send it?
I didn't realize it went to the FBI. That email went out.
So,
and the purpose of that email was to make sure, just so you know, it was to make sure that these people were sitting at their desk and working and alive, that there were people actually responding.
And I agree.
It could have been, I got up and got a cup of coffee.
Sure.
So
without going into that, the people that did answer it, where did that data go?
I will find out. I will get you that information.
And I only ask as a national security issue as they are working on sensitive issues. And I thank you for joining us. Our law enforcement officers, first responders, and local safety agencies are the backbone of our communities. In Northwest Indiana, I've worked hard to bring critical federal grant dollars home, funds that directly support the brave men and women who protect us every day. Unfortunately, funding for 2025 has been rescinded, weakening our public safety framework and making our neighborhoods less safe. I firsthand have a positive impact in securing dollars and investments for Gary, Indiana, East Chicago, Lake County, and Michigan City that were force multipliers that were technology such as license plate readers and the COPS grant. I'm asking you today, what can we do to ensure that those funds are going to continue to flow to my district? And in light of the HIDA, I'm in Northwest Indiana, Gary, Indiana. We are a HIDA district where we have the Chicago traffic. That's vitally important to my district. I just need commitments that that funding will continue to be going forward and that our agencies will have that support.
Congressman, thank you for bringing that up. I'm well aware of the HIDA. I believe that's in Maryville. Is that correct?
You are correct.
And yes, that funding will remain where it is. We do not intend on touching that funding. We want to protect HIDA.
Very good. So in light of the escalation with Iran, part of our cybersecurity and our infrastructure when it comes to our electric grid, our banking systems, that is a new threat. Does this budget reflect increasing our cybersecurity protections, and how is the Department of Justice going to protect our infrastructure when it comes to bad actors such as Iran coming directly at our infrastructure in a cyber attack?
Yeah, we have $50 million for cybersecurity, and also in the one big
with an M, 50 million.
50 million,
Okay.
yeah, but also in the one big beautiful bill, it is also addressed to give us more resources. And you know, it's not only Iran, as you well know, it's China as well. But
Right.
yes, I wholeheartedly agree with you.
In the
Congressman.
reconciliation, tomato, in the reconciliation bill, can you tell me what more resources are going to go towards cybersecurity? Because I was under the impression that was decreased.
Can I get you? I will get you those numbers.
Okay. Yes.
I want to do everything I can to help you protect cybersecurity, all of us in this country, not only again with Iran, but also with China and all of our foreign adversaries around the world.
Okay.
What you just witnessed is one of those rare moments where an oversight hearing drops its political theater mask and exposes something very real. The kind of administrative confusion and internal breakdown that should concern everybody, regardless of party. But it becomes even more important when the contradictions come from someone like Pam Bondi, a former Florida Attorney General and now a top Trump-aligned figure inside the Justice Department. Mr. Van starts off exactly where a member of Congress should, advocating for federal resources back home. He's talking about Indiana's high-intensity drug trafficking area, about public safety grants, about keeping families protected from real-world threats coming from Chicago's spillover. That's not partisan, that's governance. And Bondi's responses there are predictable, almost boilerplate. Yes, we'll protect the funding. Yes, cybersecurity matters. Yes, Iran and China are threats. All routine. Think about that. How does the nation's top law enforcement official claim an email directive came from her own office, yet she didn't know it was being sent to the FBI? That's either a stunning admission of mismanagement or an attempt to distance herself from an internal surveillance-like directive she now realizes looks bad under questioning. Either way, it's alarming. If her office created the directive, she should know. If someone else created it without her knowledge, that's a structural crisis. And if she's simply downplaying her involvement because the political heat is rising, that's its own kind of problem. Mr. Van asks the natural follow-up. If the directive came from your office, who sent it? Where did the data go? How was it stored? And Bondi has no answers. Doesn't know who sent it, doesn't know who received it, doesn't know where the responses ended up. She says she'll get back with the information. Think about what that implies from a national security standpoint. Sensitive material, possibly from agents working active counterintelligence or terrorism cases, may have been funneled into an unknown internal repository without oversight, authorization, or even clarity from the Attorney General herself. That's the kind of mistake that can compromise investigations, endanger agents, or be misused for political loyalty checks inside the federal government. This hearing exposes a level of internal dysfunction that is not just sloppy, it's dangerous. And what Mr. Van does in his questioning is exactly what congressional oversight exists for, identifying weak points before they become national security failures. It shows why experienced, calm, fact-driven democratic oversight is so important right now, because without it, critical questions like these would simply disappear into the fog. If you want more deep-dive breakdowns of hearings, oversight moments, and the decisions shaping our justice system, make sure you subscribe. These hearings move fast, but the consequences last, and understanding them is the first step toward holding our government accountable.